Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your astrological forecast for April 2017. Now, this works if you have your sun, moon, or ascendant in Virgo. Now, remember, this is just a general forecast. If you want a more detailed reading, you can always schedule a private session with me at the link below. Now, what I'm going to be talking about in this video is all the astrological things that are going to be happening this month, which are a lot of retrogrades, okay? And I'll be explaining what a retrograde is all about. And not only are we having one or two, we're having more than three. So it's going to be pretty intense, but don't worry, because at the end of the reading, I'm going to be pulling out a daily guidance oracle card from the Angels deck by Doreen Virtue to try to see what kind of guidance we can get from the angels so you can get through this period the best as you can, and you can harness the energies to actually manifest what you want. All right, Virgo, so let's get to it. Alrighty, Virgo. So let's start with the first retrograde, and I've already discussed this one, the Venus retrograde. If you haven't seen my video for Venus retrograde, you can always check that one out. Very important. And we're still in Venus retrograde right now in this month. It's going to go all the way until April 15th. Now, the 2nd of April, Venus is still retrograding, and now she's going to be retrograding into Pisces, making sure that you are reevaluating the things that you really need to be reevaluating. And Pisces is your sector of relationships. Okay, Virgo, you're having a lot of I definitely sense that you're having a lot of awakenings and ripenings when it comes to your love life and your relationship with others, and giving yourself to love. Okay, because you're very diligent, so you're definitely working because you have your Jupiter in the second house. So there's money. I see you money. I see working, and this has definitely always been your ethic, Virgo. You're always a hard worker. There's no doubt about that. Especially during this whole month, you naturally are very much into your work. However, there's some internal transformations that are happening when it comes to your relationships, and it could also be with your business relationships. Now, on the second, between the second, on the second, when it goes into the Pisces, Venus is going to go and reevaluate again your contracts with your long-term contracts with a relationship or a business partner, and she's really trying to call out to you, Virgo, and make you ask yourself, what is it that I really want in a relationship? And is this really what I signed up for? Is this really what I want? And for the Virgos who are single, then this is a time where you really get to put some practical thought of, am I running away from love? And why haven't I put attention into this? This is also a part of life that makes me be successful, not only work. So this is also something that needs to be worked on. And this is the time where Venus wants you to understand this, wants you to go over these things. Especially, think about what you were doing in 2009, because a lot of those issues could be also coming back again, so reevaluate those lessons from then. So a lot of transformations with love, a lot of transformations with your commitments. And then by the 15th, I see that you're really going to know what is it that you want. And how is it that you want to go about your relationships? How is it that you want to go about your commitments to others and your diplomacy between two parties? Okay? The contracts that you've signed, the silent contracts that you sign. And when I talk about silent contracts and relationships, it's like, if the girl ends up cooking and the guy ends up taking the garbage, I don't know where that becomes a norm. And he has to take the garbage all the time and she has to cook all the time. So these unspoken contracts that we just don't talk about. So this is a time to reevaluate all those things, especially since March, you've been thinking a lot about your intimacy with others, okay? This is a lot of relationship issues that are happening right now this month that life wants you to understand, because if you get this right, you might become even better at your job, at your work, and your self-esteem, everything. It enhances your life, absolutely. And especially because we have Saturn retrograde. Oh no, first, yeah, Saturn is retrograding on the 6th. So Saturn has been sitting in your house of home. So during this time, you've been feeling a little bit like, where is it that I belong? For any Virgo out there who's trying to sell their house, buy a house, rent a place, renovate their house, renovate their place, this could be a time where you're finding a lot of challenges around all those things, a lot of delays and a lot of resistance. So life is saying set new boundaries for yourself, set new foundations. I'm sorry, set new foundations, not boundaries. Set new foundations for yourself because this is the root. Okay, set your roots. Life unrooted you. Right now you're feeling unrooted. You're like, oh my god, where's my ground? Where do I belong? Do I belong here? Do I belong there? I can't seem to feel like I'm at home. When I'm at home, I don't feel like I'm at home. It feels like this is not where I belong, or this is not where I feel comfortable, or why doesn't it feel comfortable like as it used to? So family issues could be coming into the table. The relationship that you have with your family, the relationship that you have with your close ones, because this is the roots. If you want to grow tall as a tree and reach the heavens, you need to have really deep roots. Really deep roots to remember where is it that you come from? Who are you really? And as well, home is where the heart is, which is also the sector of the home, the sector of family, the sector of belonging truly. With your family, you don't have a sense of abandonment. You don't have that. Maybe in a relationship, you might feel like, oh my God, I have to be perfect so this person doesn't abandon me. But in life, family is where you truly belong, no matter if you are human and you are. So life is saying set new foundations for yourself, Virgo, because after this year, after I get out of this retrograde, no, and after I get out of this sector of your home place and your family, we're gonna start growing up. So this is your foundation time. This is your making your foundations. So home and family is important, very important. And since you're having all these lessons about love and relationships, are you neglecting love? Are you running away from love? What's going on in the relationship thing? Because this is what builds a home. This is what builds you feeling like you belong somewhere, at least in the arms of someone, you know. So, and especially, so retrograde Saturn is going to definitely slow things down. And this is the time where a lot of retrogrades is about internalization and about like not what's going on outside myself, but what's going on inside myself. And Saturn is going to ask of you to not put more things under your plate, but realize how far you've come and the choices that you've made, the commitments that you made. Is this really where you want to stay? This is a chance for you to change it. Don't put any more things in your plate. Don't add new stuff in your situation. Deal with the unfinished business, especially when it comes to your family, to your roots, to your homeland, to your house, and to you feeling at home where you belong. If you do this, you're going to feel very strong and very powerful. And of course, this is going to help out your job and it's going to help out your work. Now, the other retrograde that we're having is on the 9th. We have Mercury Retrograde. And Mercury is going to be retrograding in your sector of ideals and beliefs. And then by the end of the month, it's going to go into your intimacy. So this is a time where devil's on the details, okay, Virgo? Mercury is a trickster, and this is your ruling planet. So you're definitely going to be feeling it. Mercury is a trickster, so you double check, triple check everything this month. I mean, you naturally do it, but this is where definitely the time to do it now. And not only check everything, know that go into your car, make sure that all the electronics are set. Just know that there could be some delays, and really think about your ideals. Are you having a perception that is good for you? You know, are you having people that are listening to your wisdom? You know, what is the wisdom inside of yourself? And then eventually it's going to go into what, how is your intimacy with yourself? Do you have a good intimacy with yourself? Even your sexuality, you're going to be able to analyze and really dig deep like a researcher during this time. Also, any sort of itineraries for traveling, for maybe studying. So I definitely see you going over for any Virgos that are in school. This is the time where you might be going over some paper that you need to finish. You just the time to reevaluate, not the time to begin new projects. The time to perfection them. Also publishing for any writers out there, Virgos, you're great writers. This could be a time where you're also publishing, going over situations, going over reviewing anything, reviewing any paperwork, and then, reviewing your relationships. This is a time of truly understanding your intimacy and connection to other people in an intimate way, and how you open yourself up to love. And are you are you holding back? Are you having one foot in and one foot out? So all these things are life is trying to switch and make you more strong in relationships, because this is important. This is important for life. All the aspects of life have to be balanced. And now, especially since we have Pluto going retrograde on the 20th, Pluto is a planet of transformation. And this planet, when it goes retrograde, it becomes even more intense. More intense. And you are having your transformations through romances, Virgo. You're having some major shifts of evolution and transformation in yourself through relationships, through romances, through your creative abilities, through your connection with your children and with your inner child. This is what's making you feel very strong and powerful. So now that Pluto's going to be going retrograde, it becomes even more of a force of transformation. And again, it's internal. So I see you researching, digging deep and deep and deep and deep in yourself. Like, what is it that's holding me back from romance? What is it that's holding me back from opening myself to love? What is it that is not letting me connect with my children? Or it's not letting me connect with my inner child, so I actually enjoy life, so I actually take in life in a whimsical way. And also, how is it that your creative abilities, your self-expression? So a lot of transformative energy during this time, and it's so strong. Like, you're going to become such a researcher of your psyche. It's so strong that it's actually going to help you detoxify. Pluto wants you to detoxify. Pluto wants you to have those purgings and just like get them all out of your body. So great time to get into some sort of detoxification, so you can kind of think a little bit more clear. Also, a great time to detoxify finally from all those things that have to do with love, that haven't made you happy. Okay? Like, when we're born, we're here and we're aligned with spirit. The more our experiences happen and we become jaded, we go down and down and down. We never really disconnect because we're always there, but we can seem like we're trapped down here because our mind can trap us. So the way to heal is to detoxify, to protect yourself, to love yourself, to be creative, to meditate, to honor your God. Honor your God is within you, and this is going to help you align yourself with your spirit. Self-love and detoxification from all this nasty negative energies. Okay, now let's see. And then Mars is going to be helping you really propel yourself in your beliefs at the beginning of the relationship, at the beginning of the month especially. I see a lot of drive towards maybe traveling, maybe learning something new, publishing your book, a lot of drive in wanting to be optimistic, in wanting to believe that things are going to be good. So I definitely see a lot of hope and a lot of optimism and idealism. At the beginning, this is helping your desires and your drive get through this, And then at the end of the month, by the 21st, that's when you're going to be very much into your career. So I see a lot of relationship, and then detangling this relationship situation for you, Virgo. At the end of the month, I see you really owning your work situation, your workplace, and feeling rejuvenated because you empty the cup filled with dirty water and you filled it up with some clean, wholesome, emotional, fulfilling water. Okay, so let's see what's the message for the guidance for Virgo. For Virgo, April 17. Guidance for Virgo on April 17. Oh, oh, Virgo. You got the card Cupid. See, I'm telling you, there's something about love. Something about love was calling you. Was calling to you. Was saying you want me so bad. You're gonna love this when you get into this love energy. Especially, sorry, I just heard that. Okay, so it says, we send great waves of love into your heart and mind, awakening your love for life itself. Your clear decision to accept and enjoy romance has triggered this reawakening. Allow yourself to spontaneously celebrate love in all its glorious aspects. Ah, look how beautiful, Virgo. Virgo, life wants you to transform yourself through love, through expressing your love, through letting love inside yourself. You know, for any Virgos out there, because I know that maybe perfectionism can be something, I just heard like perfectionism can be something that is holding you back from fully letting your love in, letting love in. There's a lot of people around you that want to love you, and you can get caught up in the thought that you're not good enough or that you are not perfect enough. Why you? If everybody else is so much more perfect and better than me. This could be something that is definitely not letting you enjoy life, because love will show you that it's not about perfection. Love loves everything, the good and the bad. And it's not about perfection, it's about progression. So if you show that you're trying to progress in love, that you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, that you're saying, you know what, I'm gonna give myself a chance. I'm going to expose myself in love. I'm going to make an action that I might not feel comfortable with. And you're gonna realize that you're gonna be that people are dying to give you love. People are dying to give you love. And if you have this perfectionism, you're blocking all that love from coming in. And that's where you feel so deprived inside. You have the door to open it up. Life wants to give you this transformation with love. Open the door up. Open the door for you, Virgo, so you can actually let all the sources of love come into you, and it's going to have the transformation that you're seeking. And Cupid, I see love. Okay, this is like a love month for you, Virgo, and it's great because by the end of the Venus retrograde, you're really gonna be like, I know what I want. Okay, so choose love. Choose love. It says, we send great waves of love into your heart and mind, awakening your love for life itself. So if you feel these waves of love, open them up. Say thank you. Yes, I'm accepting all your love. Say I love you. Okay? Don't hold back. It's better to lose to love than anything else. There's no shame to lose to love. Ever. Alright, Virgo? Thank you so much for letting me do your reading today. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing. I would love to hear your comments about what you're going through in this super retrograde period of our lives. And I want to say thank you, especially from the bottom of my heart, because I'm very grateful that you guys are able to open up your heart to the message that I come to channel for you guys. And this is just a general reading. So if you want a more detailed reading, you can always make an appointment with me at the link below. And also check your sun, ascendant, and moon, because you could be having some messages from there as well. Alright, Virgo, thank you so much. I'll be seeing you next time.